Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, there is on the mic. There is on the mic. The mic is hot. The mic is heavy. And I am ready to get into today's video. I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something that I haven't done on YouTube before, but we are going to just do the damn thing, okay? Okay, so guys, I'm so happy because I'm currently recording my 10th YouTube video. And if you have ever had like a passion project or something that you thought was like a great feat that you couldn't do, and you are just seeing how much you have progressed on your goals and your dreams, you probably know how I'm feeling, okay? I am feeling so great to say that despite my doubts and insecurities and all of the technical things that got in the way and all of the like content and like ideas that got in the way, I have made it to 10 YouTube videos on my channel. Get it, girl, get it, girl. Okay. I am really freaking proud of myself. I am so proud. I'm so happy. I want to celebrate. I am going to celebrate. I am currently celebrating. And so I know that on YouTube, when people usually have something like content related that they want to celebrate, you know, at this point they may do like a Q&A, but I am actually going to do something a little bit different because I haven't really asked anyone for questions and gotten to that point, but I still want to record a video today. I am just going to read you excerpts from my diary. So reading from my diary is something that I've become very accustomed to in the past year, and it all started with an open mic night. Around this time last year, I went to my very first open mic night here in Savannah, and when I walked in, you know, I just really wanted to be around other creatives. I wanted to check out some of the local talent and be in community. And the community itself was so encouraging that they actually, you know, wanted me to go on stage and perform. And at the time, like, I didn't have anything ready. That wasn't my plan to go in to perform, but I did have my diary with me. I have been carrying around my diary everywhere that I go in case I'm out and about and I just want to start journaling. You know, that's what I would do. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't have any like prepared pieces, but I do have my diary, and I guess I'll read from that. And that has been my thing pretty much every time I go to an open mic night. So I've been to a few since then. I'll just whip out my diary and I'll start reading from it. You may or may not know, but I have this book out called Good Girl, and it is part interactive workbook, but it's also part diary. And the book itself is a little bit more edited. I take inspiration from my diary and submit like essays into the project, but yeah, reading from my diary has just been like a thing. It's been a test of faith and vulnerability and shamelessness. And so I figured, you know, so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better, and for me to practice that vulnerability and tapping into my own story, I'll just read some pages from my diary for the internet. This is my diary. It is this really cool, beautiful book. I got it in December of last year, getting ready for the new year for 2023, and it is almost full, but not quite, because we still have a little bit more time left. And so yeah, I mean, let's just get into some of these diary entries. I don't actually have any specific diary pieces picked out. I'm just gonna flip through it with you guys on camera. So I don't know what I'm gonna read. I haven't read a lot of these entries in a little while, so we're just basically like looking back on this book together. And yeah, I'm just gonna treat you guys like you are some locals in a coffee shop or a bar here in my city, and you're just tuning in to what I have to say through diary. So I guess we'll just start at the beginning. This diary entry was written January 23rd, 2023. I've been up for about 15 minutes or so. I woke up in a tizzy after hearing a loud noise/machine outside my window, which is pretty annoying, seeing as though it was around 7:30/7:45 a.m. What happened to quiet hours? I woke up panicked though because I agreed to take Jessica's shift starting at 9 a.m., which is a shift I don't usually work, and it was rather bright in my room, so I started to think I was late, and I didn't want to be late for a shift I am covering for. But like I said, I'm not late because it's 7:45. After digging around on my phone a bit and scrolling through Black Twitter threads / Twitter is not a real place on Instagram, and checking my notifications and Facebook and emails, which I really want to stop doing because, I don't know, I feel like it distracts me from tuning into what's heavy on my heart when I first wake up and connecting to my dream / spiritual self in this moment of dreamlike wonder. I decided to finally start this process of morning pages, writing 3 pages in my journal without editing myself or worrying about grammar or story or punctuation or even if I'm making sense. This journal is so pretty, and I just put a lot of pressure on myself to make the first introductory page so special. I've considered writing a thought-out mini essay on the power of vulnerability or my goals for 2023, and I've just overthought it so much that it's nearly the last day in January and I haven't written in it at all. This expectation that things have to be just right stopped me and put me in a state of inaction, and I've been stuck holding things so close to my chest and it hasn't felt good, when in reality I want to practice more flow and wildness and unfiltering myself and self-exploration and curiosity. I put so much expectation on myself, I think. I didn't want this to be another journal where I gripe about Jonathan. And I wanted this to be my journal for the year, but I don't even know where I got that idea from, that you can only have one journal per year. Yearbooks maybe? But I'm not choosing to adhere to it anymore. And the whole Jonathan thing, well, I try to shove it away and not think about the pain or about him at all. But it's morning like this, when I go to pee and scroll through my Instagram and everything in my room is quiet and there's a cold, soft glow with blue tones coming from the sunlight, that reminds me he's actually going to start dating other people soon and wants nothing to do with me. I don't know what makes me sadder, the fact that he doesn't love me like I want him to, or the fact that I still want him to, even though he's treated me like a dick. And I'm very familiar but uncomfortable with the way my mind turns on itself and questions itself and wonders if I was overreacting, or if I had done anything differently, would I still be, or if I had done anything differently, would I be chill enough for him? Or would he like me more? But at my core, I know that I was too much energy for him, and I don't mean that as a slight to myself. Jonathan didn't like communication. He didn't like asking me about myself or complimenting me or congratulating me on my accomplishments or seeing me happy. He didn't trust me and felt weird about me because I was a Gemini. Because I am a Gemini. He wasn't careful with my heart and didn't have a plan for me, and he lied to me a few times. I tried to make myself small and easier for him to handle, but that felt so uncomfortable. He told me I talked too much and I felt like I needed to be relatively quiet in his company or else I'd set him off. He never showed any interest in reading my books. He was dealing with so much of his own shit and didn't have space in his heart for me. When I really think about it, he wanted me to shrink myself down to fill his needs and tore me down in the process. It's not that I wasn't enough for him, but I was too much for him. Too full of life and curiosity and wonder and love. And he wasn't enough for me. He couldn't expand himself to fit me, and we just didn't work together, and that's okay. I don't want my sons to be like him, crabby and insulting and closed-minded and unable to be positive, problem solve, see the possibilities in life, and believe that they can go after it. I'm really happy that I started writing about this, because if I didn't, I'm not sure I would have explored this train of thought. I want to know if there has been a guy who's listened fully to what I have to say. If anyone in the past 18 months have ever made me feel as if they were listening, and if I pushed them away for Jonathan's sake. I think I was so caught up in Jonathan's good looks that maybe I didn't, and still sort of don't, treat potential crushes / suitable bachelors like I should. That's another way Jonathan messed me up. Had me so lusty and focused on the physical that I didn't even care about the emotional, mental, or spiritual. There have been others that have helped me in that way, and I didn't even care because I compared them to Jonathan. Well, it's 8:40 and it takes me almost 20 minutes to get to work, and I'm not even dressed, so now I'm running late and out of time. But I really want to complete my morning pages. There, I did it. Yay. So, yeah, that was the first journal entry of the year. Or, yeah, that's how we started off January. This kind of starting with exploring Jonathan, which is a guy that I might talk a little bit more about on my page. A guy that I dated that I was very much into. And I guess we're no longer seeing each other. But I was really, really into him for a little while. And, also exploring how I really have this need to make things so perfect that it causes inaction, and that's not good for me, and progress stagnates. And those are some of the things on my mind in the beginning of the year. So let's kind of see where I was later in the year. Let's go for middle. So this journal entry is from April 12th, 2023. I want to write, to clear my mind, to listen to what I have to say, to brain dump, to see and check in with where my mind is at, and maybe even organize my thoughts and gain clarity with where I am and where I want to go. I don't want this to feel like a chore, and yet it does. Well, no, it really doesn't. This is an activity I really enjoy, and yet I still put other things before it. Cleaning my room, watching TV, cooking, but mainly work for other people. Paid work. I say that I'm surviving instead of thriving, but I'm not sure if that's 100% true. I say that March sucked, but that's not true either. How do I stay attuned with positivity and keeping my attention on positivity and positive aspects of my life and let the negativity and hardship melt away? There's value in acknowledging it. The only way you can change something and take action is by acknowledging it first. But I think the words you choose to describe a situation matters, and the process of writing about it and then moving on matters too. No rumination, no sitting in that funk, no second guessing yourself, something I've been dealing with a lot lately. I'm sure there are certain words and phrases that can trigger a healthy mindset or positive way of thinking about things. Certain activities that can help you let go of certain worries and doubts. Some phrases that come to mind are, I can, as in realizing what you can do about a situation and where you have agency. Another one is, I feel ... because, as in noticing how a trigger affects you and giving you the opportunity to change your perspective on a situation. And the top two activities that come to mind for letting go are writing and meditating. But I can also throw in drawing or doodling or art. Anything that helps with self-expression. Sure, baths and working out and nature walks feel great, and they're also awesome tools for coping or getting out of a negative mindset. But I don't think they deal with the problem and invite opportunities for the problem to rise again and be bothersome. Speaking up to whoever is creating the problem or negativity, or to a mental health specialist / counselor / mentor / trusted loved one. Or using your platform and speaking to your audience helps too. Also naming what's going well or making a gratitude list. Naming things you like about yourself. Naming things you like about your environment. Naming your accomplishments, past, present, and future. Whenever you feel your mind heading down a path of spiraling out of control with negative thoughts, Or if a certain thought that you don't like just won't seem to let up, try stopping it in its tracks and just breathe. Say to yourself, we're not going there. We're not doing this today. Here's what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to focus on. And here's why I'm the best person to make that happen. Or when someone is saying something about you that you don't like, you can say, I reject that, and here's why. And if you can't respect that or continue attempting to put me down, I'm going to start spending less time with you. That I reject ... because ... can also be used with your own thoughts and for when you turn against yourself. Another activity is simply immersing yourself in your hobbies. Don't let your mind be distracted by a TV or someone else's storyline in the background. But if the silence is deafening and reminds you just how much you feel lonely, okay, that may be directly related to me, listen to music. Lo-fi, jazz, water sounds, woodwind instruments, or your favorite playlist. It's pretty cool just how much my brain continues to move a mile a minute even when I'm writing. I guess the act itself incurs inspiration. Another reason why I journal is for that self-exploration. It's hard for me to take stock on what I have to say unless I write it all down. In doing this, I even struck inspiration for my April zine. I'm going back to my roots for Undergo and will make a half-page zine like my first Unblushing zine. Maybe I'll use this diary entry for inspiration and guide for writing a piece on stopping negativity in its tracks. Include an honesty hour, a letter to my younger self, a diary entry, thoughts on rainbow season, thoughts on if I'm being honest, ... As in, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I'm ready to date, but if there's anyone out there interested, shoot your shot. Smiley face. And I'm probably gonna hand make it. Maybe I'll collage style some text, but I also want to see it all in my handwriting. People love that. Also, the size lends to no time consuming folding of zines and instead stapling. But maybe it'll be easier since there are fewer pages. I'll save my next book for an artist takeover or true launch party down the line. Another thing that I thought about this morning, overthinking. I don't need to write my next blog post as if I'm writing for an audience I don't know. My target audience is girls like me. Therefore, I can write like I'm writing in my journal. It's called journal after all. Okay, so this stage of my life was more so focused on, I guess, like coping and feeling better and ways that I could be self-expressive through my artwork. So a lot of my diary entries end up in zines. I make zines and they're very anecdotal, and that's just one of my favorite ways to express myself. I went to school for magazine. I love magazines. I've been collecting magazines since the 6th grade. So essentially, this part of my life, I just really wanted to feel okay, and I wanted to feel grounded, and I wanted to go and stay and maintain an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset or a lack mindset. Like I was saying, I have been saying that, I'm surviving instead of thriving. March really sucked. Just feeling really negative, kind of funky. And so writing this journaling piece really helped me step out of that, because I was able to play around with some thought waves and thought patterns that I was having and kind of walk my way or write my way out of it. So another reason why I love journaling. How about we visit where I've been lately? So this piece, a specific date isn't said, but it was definitely in October. It has October circle, but I'm believing this was like late October, so like 20th or later. And this is a short one, so we'll wrap up with something cute and sweet. It's okay to make offensive art. It's okay if you make art that offends. You're learning. You're growing. Yesterday, I shared to Instagram my I styled my lingerie for date night YouTube video. I think I want to work on the aesthetic of how I share my videos. I was 100% posting under stress. Instagram was getting on my nerves yesterday and the day before because it wasn't letting me post my 2 teaser videos to my feed. It kept saying an error message, loading and then stopping before it was complete. It's been hard for me to slow down lately. I've been in heavy survival mode, trying to figure out ways I can make $500 before next week, and I have been failing. I do think the things that I've been working on will help in the long term, but I need money immediately. It's amazing to me how, and I know it's not real life, but it's amazing to me how Sims can go out and make money instantly. And I want to find a way to gamify my life to have the ability to walk out of the door and make money. I need to work on those B-roll footage ideas so that I can have a pool of content to choose from. I need to work on my aesthetic. I need to take a moment every day to allow myself to dream. I need to take care of my plants. But no, the point is I need to rest in between my moments of hard work, and resting isn't putting myself in front of a screen. Maybe it's scribbling in my journal and cataloging what's going well, or doing stream of consciousness writing. Either way, it's allowing myself to pause and slow down. A meditation maybe? So that one's very short. It's not 3 pages like I typically do, but instead 1 page of journaling. And yeah, so compared to the last journal entry, you'll see that a common theme in my life is, being an artist and having an interesting relationship with money, and I guess not necessarily finding ways to make money, but wanting to find a consistent income with my artwork, and with the things that I do well, with my skills. And so yeah, that's pretty much where I was on this particular day. I was pretty frustrated. I started off the entry talking about how it's okay to make offensive art. I think that's because I was kind of having a little bit of cringe from sharing that YouTube video with my Instagram audience. I don't even know. I feel like, I guess one of the things that I do struggle with is sharing sometimes my sensual side, my sexy side, specifically to my Instagram audience, because a lot of the people there, especially when I connected to my Facebook, are family and teachers from elementary school and mentors, and yes, they could always unfollow, if they, I don't know, it's I really, I want to tap in. I don't know, I gotta explore that a little bit, because if it is all coming down to shame around sexuality, that is a problem that I could probably do some exploring over the next couple weeks. And I feel like I have actually been exploring and speaking up with and talking with my mom about a little bit for a little while now. But yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it there for now today. I hope you really enjoyed getting to know me a little bit, getting to know about my kind of dramatic love life, and how I approach my art, or how I approach coping and thinking about ways to feel better. And just kind of having this intimate chat with me. I don't really plan on doing a Q&A anytime soon, but that's not something I'd be opposed to at all. I just feel I just don't know if I would get any questions at this point in my YouTube career, but maybe I can ask my Instagram audience. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. I probably will do some more diary entries very soon. I do like reading from my diary. And you know what's interesting to me? So this might be like a little caveat, but like this is how I talk to myself, you know? I really do talk to myself when I'm writing specifically. When I'm not writing and, you know, I am trying to talk to myself, a lot of times I go into this like very spirally, out of control, negative thought path of destruction. But when I'm writing, I do slow down and like I can really analyze how I'm talking to myself a lot easier, and because of that it is easier for me to say like, don't say those things about yourself, or you know, how about we frame this a little bit differently, let's look at perspective differently. And so there's so many reasons why I love journaling, but that's one of them. I'm a lot more positive in my writing, and that's how I write to myself. So anyway, I really did love this chat. I definitely want to do some more journaling entries for you guys, especially because it's just been a while since I've done an open mic night, and I really do like it. I do like pouring my heart onto the microphone. Yeah, so tune in, subscribe if you like this type of stuff. I probably will do a fashion video for my next video, so tune into that, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video. Wow, how many times can I say YouTube video in an outro? Okay, thank you, see you later. I will practice my outro, and bye.